Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John, and this is Josh. Let's go ahead and break down this week's toy news. First up here, we got some news from G.I. Joe. Looks like there's some some conventions going on over in Europe. I think there was one in Italy, one in London, and we had a few new reveals there from these shows. First up here, we're getting a retro carded Cobra Crimson Guard. So it's the female body here coming in with that crimson.
Yeah, pretty par for the course, when they do these retro styles, they just kind of take out all the details and you just get a nice clean look, which, works. And I think if you've collected the retro line or the other line, both of them have their like place on your shelf and
Yeah,
right on your
yeah.
GI Joe collection.
For sure. Next up here, though, we also have Crazy Legs, David Thomas Crazy Legs. I just like that name. I think that's a fun name. It looks like he's, paratrooper coming in cool and hot.
Yeah, the standout for sure is the quilted sculpt going throughout on the legs, the torso, and even on the shoulders. Almost spot on accurate to the art. One thing I wish though, like with the art, you can see there's like definitely because it's that style is just like more exaggerated colors. Like maybe a wash would have helped it a lot. I feel like because this figure looks very dry, like the gray, the red, even the belts. There's absolutely zero paint. It looks like it's kind of just all molded plastic.
But is that for retro collection?
True,
I don't
true.
know. Retro carded.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then next up, he does look cool though. And next up, we're also getting the Zap Melendez, Raphael Zap Melendez. This is cool. I always try to think of like, who do I need of my Junkyard Joe battalion here?
There's another one.
This guy's cool.
And this looks like you're just like if he was like give him some green skin and this is just your army,
Oh, yeah.
toy soldier army guy. This is perfect for that. I feel like you could kind of spray paint the boots and everything else green, and this would work perfect as like a toy
Just like
soldier.
regular armyman. Sarge's armyman. Yeah. There's everything you get with him. You get some missiles, you get the launcher, fun weapons there. All right, let's go over to Marvel Legends. Some fun reveals here. This is going to be cool. This is a astonishing X-Men Emma Frost in her diamond form.
This came out, I think, perfect. Like it was already a good sculpt, and then to kind of get that clear, translucent plastic to represent her diamond form, I think looks awesome. And they could have done extra sculpt to where they had like her body, sculpted more like Crystar, where we saw Crystar, even though it was like a basic Marvel Legend mold, you could see Crystar still had some flat edges as if it were a crystal. That would have been cool, but that was just like going above and beyond. I don't blame them for just, retooling it.
Yeah, and I feel like Crystar's angles are just too big, you know?
Well, I'm saying something like that aesthetic,
Oh,
right? Like
I think just
it doesn't
sprinkling
need
a
Crystar
little
yet.
sparkles in the clear translucent plastic would
Yeah,
look good.
I would have loved that actually. Yeah, yeah. Just like for sure, even if they added like a little glitter, that would have gone a long way.
So this will be a Target exclusive retro card. So they kind of pick up those retro cards. But yeah, this is fun for the Astonishing X-Men to get a crystal fur version of Emma. Next up, we are getting I can't remember, Hypno Hustler, I think his name is. Just a cool, like very 70s, disco stew villain here.
And so are they just reusing the Iron Man legs? That's what it kind of looks like. I don't know. Like the retro Iron Man legs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they are. I could be wrong, but it almost looks like to make kind of the flare pants that they just used the Iron Man legs from
Right.
the retro Iron Man and repainted it.
Let's have
That's what it
these
looks
ports in
like.
the shoes too.
Yeah, for those little effects.
Interesting. It does look like it though. I get the guitar and the microphone and the pick hand, which we've seen previously.
Yeah, I think this is the same pick hand and guitar from the Spider Punk
Yeah,
from Into the Spider Verse.
for sure. Yeah, Hypno Hustler. Yeah, there you go. On the retro card there, we're also getting the Owl or Owl Man. Not Owl Man, just Owl. Really cool there. This is a great little base body that you get from him. Pop that head off, switch out those claws. You got a fun little background character.
Yeah, and I think we've actually seen this mold before. It looks eerily similar to the Hawkeye and Old Man Logan 2-pack.
Okay.
And I think that they're just reusing the old Hawkeye, the Old Man Hawkeye. That's what it looks like. But good if for this is really cool for people that have that exclusive X-Men set that came out, right? Because doesn't this go with that?
I have no idea. The Owl. I have no lore on the Owl.
There was a exclusive X-Men set. I can't remember what it was called, but it definitely fits with those guys.
I do love the owl though. I feel like they could have just done this really quick little plastic, but there are some paint apps that are happening on this figure, on this little owl. I think that's cool. There you go, Marvel's owl. Next up, this is a Superior Spider-Man, a Nightcrawler. I like Spider-Man. I like Nightcrawler, but I don't like this.
I'm just a sucker maybe for Marvel Legends because I'll take any Nightcrawler, I'll take any Spider-Man, and combining them both, I think is just a fun, cool figure, and you get that nice BAMP effect.
That is the
Um,
cool part, right? The BAMP
yeah,
effect is the cool part. I wish it was larger, but like it's fun just to get one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like this. It's whatever. All right, next up, we're also getting not anti venom. I think anti venom. Let me see here. Spider venom. Sorry, it comes with that cool chain that we've seen with what is it? Not Cyclops. The Age of Apocalypse Sabretooth, right? And Wild Child. You still there?
yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I just don't know if that's true or not. That's why I didn't want to say anything.
Okay,
I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah.
but you do get the Peter Parker head sculpt where he's all menacing and stuff. So that's fun, and it's on that good spider body where you get the abdomen and the lower abdomen, or yeah, diaphragm and the abdomen crunch there.
White paint apps look really clean. I also love the head sculpt. I think the really thing that sells it for me that makes it kind of unique is the hair. I feel like they added a lot of effort in that hair and sculpting it and making it flow and look natural. So overall, just a nice Spider-Man figure for your shelf.
Go, and that's gonna wrap up the most recent retro card wave. We talked about the Spider-Man 2099, and then the ball guy. I'm not sure what his name is, but there was those six, and then Emma will be the exclusive to Target.
Yeah, and no bath, man. They keep
Yeah.
giving they keep skipping us.
Well, I think they're just pumping them out like this, you know. They're just
Yeah.
throwing in the big boys like Gargantuan came out as a single, the new Jug came out as a single, and now we're getting a reissue of Nimrod. This is a repaint here. This is the same body, same mold. They're just getting in this little pink effect here. Now this is cool. Like you could use this if you have the first one as like a powered up version of Nimrod, like he's about charging or something. But if you got that first Nimrod, man, I feel like the full white just I think works better.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely gonna have to get this just because I feel like this is the better paint scheme and kind of like from when I see the image in comic books, I feel like this is how it looks. Like it's like a really light pink with the white. So I feel like this is definitely the better version compared to the 3-pack that we got with that Psylocke.
And Phantom X, yeah. But yeah, it's just kind of like the strong guy, right? It's the same old, just different paint apps.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we're also getting an Iron Man Mark II here in that, like, Marvel Studios boxes where they put the heavy hitters. The cool thing about this Iron Man, it is a very classic Iron Man look, right? The Mark III is Iron Man to everyone when they think Marvel movies. But we're also getting these like the blast effects in clear. Have we gotten those before?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe just like a light blue for sure. With this figure though, it's hard, man, especially because I feel like so many import companies do Iron Man. We don't get like Knight, we don't get Owl, we don't get all those random, we don't get Emma Frost in her powered up form from other companies. And so those is like we need Marvel Legends to make those type of characters. But when it comes to like this Iron Man figure, I think it really sticks out like a sore thumb right there, that image right there. When I look at this image, they're attempting that iconic kind of Iron Man superhero landing pose. He's gonna do the superhero landing pose, right?
Yeah.
But you can tell it just struggles. It struggles to attain even this horrible pose that it's in, especially when there's so many imports. Like, what is it? There's like, you can get your Mezcos, your Mafex, your figure arts, and then even what's that metal one? The MDLX ones,
Mm.
beautiful
Yeah.
figures, right? And
Yeah.
so it's
Oh
like
yeah.
when it comes to Iron Man, it's like if they're not coming with heat, there's so many companies that do it that I mean, I guess it's $25 if you want it, but whatever.
Stinky!
Yeah, I think that's what it is, right? They're doing this, right? We saw the Captain America, the Spider Man in this packaging. This is to entice new collectors, new kids into getting these toys, right? When you see this Iron Man, you're not a collector. You're like, yeah, I need that one.
And I think it's 100% new mold. Like I don't remember, or like either an updated mold or a new mold. I feel like I don't think we got the Mark III ever. So I think it's not
Hmm,
even like a
okay.
reissue. I think it's like a new figure. It might be.
Yeah, this no abdomen is a bummer, but at least you got the diaphragm. All right, that'll wrap it up for Marvel Legends. Let's go ahead and jump over to some Black Series news. We are getting a Jedi Master, Jedi Knight, Count Dooku. So this is from the Tales of the Jedi. This is cool, man. I really like that Dooku story. I sometimes that's like the one I've consistently rewatched all the time.
Yeah,
I'll just put that one on just to watch because like
for sure. I
just
think that
really
one stands out the most, just like with lore connections to prequel trilogy and just like the action in it too, and also
yeah.
just like the black and white dynamic that Dooku's character, you know, is implied in the prequel trilogy, but was not really too much explored. And
Mhm.
so to get this figure, man, I think this is a phenomenal choice by the Black Series team. It's like a dream
Yeah.
come true. I didn't even kind of consider Tales of the Jedi figures to be made, but now that we're getting them, it's like, oh, this opens up a whole new possibility, like even to get like Yaddle, right?
Yeah, that's true, right? We got Visions. We got some characters from Visions coming up, and now to do the Tales of the Jedi is really cool. And maybe we'll get some Tales of the Sith as well. But
And
yeah,
then one
dude.
thing to shout out is just the face sculpt. I think, I love it when they have to pull, the reference is an animated Clone Wars style show,
Mhm.
but just looking at those face sculpts, that looks like what's Count Dooku's actor's name?
Christopher Lee.
That looks a lot like like a young Christopher Lee, you know what I'm saying? And so I think they did a flawless job, especially that head bearded
Yeah.
look, definitely.
Yeah. Does this mean we're going to get a young Jedi, Jedi Knight Qui-Gon to
That
go
would
with
be
our
sick,
Jedi
dude.
Master Dooku?
I would love that. And look at that curve hilt with the blue blade. That's just it's just so unique and so beautiful to see, you know?
Also, shout out here. This, the prices are going up on toys, right? Across the board. But we're getting a lightsaber with a lightsaber blade effect and a second head with soft goods on this Black Series, man. That's pretty good. Like I'm used to we've been used to
Just a blade.
just a lightsaber blade and a
Just a blade.
hilt, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
So really nice that we're getting at least some
Mhm.
extra stuff
And
with that extra cost.
I wouldn't say this is the norm because if you think back to the original Black Series Dooku release, he also came with the swooshing effect. The swooshing effect was specifically made for Dooku just because of
Mm.
his flair and his style. And so I would just say I don't think this is probably going to happen to all Black Series figures. I think this is just a Dooku type thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's keep looking.
The effect for sure. Oh, are they going to get to Quinlan?
Let's keep it going here. Yeah, we got Quinlan Voss here coming in looking really cool. This is coming from the Clone Wars specific look. He's all armored up, right? He's a general, and he's got it's a wider effect piece.
Yeah, this is a new effect, actually. This is something that I don't think we've gotten before. Because yeah, we've always gotten that smaller one from Dooku, and then a couple other figures have gotten it to that. But so this is a brand new effect, actually.
So wider there, and again, you get in the lightsaber, you get the figure, and the wider effect piece there. You get a little bit of extra practice. But yeah, this Quinlan looks good, dude. The face looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. Black Series, this is fire. Absolute heat. Let's keep it going.
Next up, the sixth sister. We got SMG here, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Sorry, the seventh sister.
Yeah,
Sixth
that's what I was
sister.
saying.
No, I need the ninth sister, right? That's the big girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so seventh sister here to kind of go with your Rebels team, and really cool. You get the double hilted, or sorry, the double bladed spinning one, the two effect pieces. You're getting her little droid or her mask. Sorry, no, that's her droid robot. Yeah, that's her little
Yeah, it's
spider
her
thing.
probe. And I would
Yeah,
be disappointed if it did not come with the probe droid.
her helmet's over here. So yeah, dude. I mean, look at all that more plastic.
You're absolutely right. There's definitely a trend, man. Like for sure, like just looking at how jam-packed all these packaging are and like they're really trying to up the value. And yeah, if Black Series ends up going to $30, that's not a bad thing if we're getting, I feel like quintessential accessories that the characters need. Like the
Yeah,
Seventh
yeah,
Sister used those probe droids like literally in every single episode she was in. There was not a time that she did not pop that probe droid out.
right.
And you know, they knocked it out of the park. And especially to kinda look back at Rebels now, if we look at the kind of main cast and the main cast of villains, I feel like this kinda completes it because,
Yes,
we've gotten the Grand Inquisitor from,
Obi-Wan.
and the fifth brother from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and you can kind of fudge those. Now, those definitely kind of suck a little bit because
Fifth
it's
brother
the
more than the Inquisitor, right?
fifth brother's no, actually, I would say better than the
That's what I'm
Inquisitor.
saying. Like you could fudge him better than the Inquisitor.
Yeah, the Inquisitor, and that wasn't the Black Series' fault. That's just Disney missing the ball on that, baby, as usual, right? But I feel like you now have the three main Inquisitors throughout the Rebels team that you can now have like a really cool display with, your
Mhm.
heroes and your villains.
Yeah,
But I really do hope that we get with this because this is a Star Wars Rebels specific character. I really hope we get Fifth Brother Rebels and Grand Inquisitor Rebels, like
that would be
more
cool.
like a realistic interpretation of those
Yeah,
animated versions and not the Obi-Wan Kenobi
yeah,
versions.
yeah. That'd be cool. I'm still waiting on my ninth sister. I'm still waiting on it.
Not gonna happen.
It'll happen. They're gonna run out of Inquisitors. Next up here, we're getting a gaming greats here. This is from Star Wars Dark Forces. This is Kyle Katarn. Oh, no, just getting some video games, dude. I mean, this Kyle out here getting an action figure, and I can't get ninth sister. Come on,
Molds
she's
too
coming.
much, too expensive.
She's coming. She's coming. Don't worry. I'm not worried about it. But
And
again,
a lot of
like
the time with
yeah,
this too is like there's like some reuse, right? Like with the Nine Sister, it'd be like 100% new sculpt. With Qatar here, there's like some parts that are reused from like Han's legs and things like that.
Yeah, and again, adding a weapon, lightsaber, like swooshing effect. So again, really, really cool that we're seeing this. We'll see if that continues though. I hope it does though. Getting that extra plastic. All right, next up, everybody's favorite, an Ewok here. This is the Valentine's Day edition. Now, people are I saw some comments, but people always wilding out. This I like this. This is fun, man. What a fun little Valentine's Day. You get a little B1 droid here, and then the wings with the Ewok as the cute. I love this.
Yeah, and I don't know why people would get mad about it, especially because like you don't have to buy anything. So if you think this is stupid and dumb, well, you don't have to waste any money on it. And if you like this, then awesome, because then it's like a cute little fun thing. And I think for the diehard Black Series collectors or the diehard Star Wars fans, like I think this is awesome. I feel like even people who are not diehard Star Wars fans and just like a Star Wars fan in general, I think would like this.
Yeah.
And it's just like a fun little gift.
Yeah.
And it works perfect as Cupid, like a teddy bear. Like it almost looks like, like it very reminiscent of when
Cherubs.
you go to those stores and then you buy like a stuffed animal to like give to your
Oh,
honey,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like a pink bear that you'd buy and give to your honey on Valentine's Day. So that's what's
It
cool about it. Yup,
even
yup.
it even comes with a Valentine's Day card. So you get this Yub Yub card, open it up, sign it, put everything back in, and then give it to your Valentine's.
Nice.
Yeah, this is fun, man.
I wonder what can I look at the wings? Because it's really hard to tell because they're white, but is it like
It looks
it's just like a
plastic.
hard plastic, right? Just
Yeah,
like
it
a
just
hard
looks like a
plastic type of thing.
plastic. Yeah.
And I wonder how they're attached on the back because thinking back to the original Ewok,
They got
there
a port back there or no?
I think there's a port. So I wonder, but it's just like a small port. So I wonder how they ported that on the back there. That'll be interesting to see.
See it soon. All right, next up, let's go over to Mezco Toys. They're giving us a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 Thomas Leatherface, not Thomas. Yeah, so Mezco's dipping their their toes into a little bit of horror here. They have
And
like
their
a lot.
toys, and they're dipping their toys.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, giving that 1/12, full treatment here, giving up the ratty, tattered clothes, the pants. Like, I'm always amazed at their soft goods. I mean, this shirt looks amazing. There's like a good lightness to that fabric. And then his like apron and his denim, it looks really good.
Yeah, even on the weathering on the bottom of the pants, the way they were able to rip it and add that dirty paint as if, he's just been trugging along in these pants for years. This is a 10 out of 10 figure. I don't know if you're a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan. I don't know what more else you could ask for. I feel like the sculpt is there, the paint is there, the the way they're using different materials and layering on top of each other.
Yeah.
It's just 10 out of 10.
I'm an Ed Gein fan, but I'm not into like the slasher movies. Yeah, look at all these fun accessories here. You get different faces, different masks that he wears. You get that cool effect piece, chainsaws. It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. All the creepy stuff that he comes with. So
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. And I think that's like one of the biggest strong points of Mezco Toys. I feel like when it comes to accessories, it's like NECA and Mezco Toys that I think really take, the time to research and find unique accessories that
oh
might
yeah,
not everybody think about, but when you get in the package, you're like, oh, I'm so
they
glad it
made
came
that.
with this piece. And so yeah, NECA and Mezco, man, they are the king of doing their research for accessories.
Now this will go for 116 pre-order now. Would you rather get this one for the 116 price, or you go over to Haya, same scale, little different in the soft goods, right? Not as much experience as
Yeah.
Mezco, but only at a $90 price point.
90
Yes, this one was 90 because
and
the
Mezco's
soft.
116.
Correct.
Mezco all the way.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Like not even close for me. Like I thought this was gonna be like 60, 70, then it was gonna be like a debate. But
Yeah,
at 90,
yeah.
so only $26 more. I want you to look at the quality of
Yes.
weathering. Look at
Yeah,
the bottom of the pants. Like that looks realistic. And look at the other
yeah.
one. That looks like have you guys ever had, when you get a little hot dog and you cut it so it makes like an octopus hot dog?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You get a
Yeah.
little weedy and you cut it. When you go to the Haya one, that's what it looks like. Somebody cut up the pants, and, like, made
Oh,
the
yeah,
the
yeah, for
the
sure
hot
here.
dog octopuses. And also too, I feel like the proportions are off. Like, look at the head, how small it is compared to the rest of the body, and look
It's
at
the
the
clothes,
Mezco
yeah.
proportions. It's just much better proportions, I feel like, and better soft goods in general,
Yes,
better
better soft
weathering,
goods for
so
sure.
Mezco all the way. Good comparison, though, thank you for showing that.
Yeah, no problem. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's jump over to Storm Collectibles. We got a new Storm Arena figure here from the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match. We got the head of the Kusanagi clan here. We got Kaio. I
I
know
think it's
Kusanagi though.
Kaio, yeah.
The only reason I know Kusanagi is because
Kusanagi blade.
Kusanagi from Ghost in the Shell. All right, this is really cool, man. The Storm Arena giving him that 1/12, man, and this figure just looks so much fun to play with. I'm not familiar with the characters, but holy smokes, love this shot.
That's crazy, and like I think you're right. It would just be fun to try to balance that because yeah, I think it's like it can achieve that, and there's always like a little joy you get, when you're posing a figure and you're able to finally get it and let it go. It's like a
Dude,
Jenga,
I don't know
a
if you've been
puzzle.
watching my pose and plays, but because I'm not reviewing figures anymore and stuff. I'm just kind of like playing with them. But like,
Yeah,
so one of the segments is like trying to like get them to pose in like the really dynamic pose, and that's like what I do is just try to get hands off and let it see if it can do one-footed, craziness.
yeah.
It's
No,
fun
it's
though, yeah,
fun.
it's fun.
Especially I love doing too, like with my X-Men. I had Colossus, and then I like try to balance like Nightcrawler on his
Oh,
shoulder, and you
nice,
can
yeah,
kind of get it on there. Yeah,
yeah, the team ups.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just incredible, man. The poses you're able to get with this, and it just looks so good as a figure. But got a cool effect pieces here as well. So, but yeah, here we go. We got some Kusanagi. Let's keep it going. We're going over to SH Figure Arts. They're giving us some re-releases coming up in April and May, is what they said. So first up here, we're getting a re-release of Krillin. Next up, something that I definitely need. We're getting a re-release of Trunks, Super Saiyan Trunks. Love this. It's my favorite look of Trunks. And then we're also getting a Piccolo with that plastic cape.
I'm trying to look. I don't know. Like, it's hard to. There's just so many versions now. There's been so many re-releases where I don't know if this is like a true re-release or a redo. Because I feel like the Trunks looks like updated articulation scheme and updated proportions, but then I look at the Piccolo and it doesn't have the updated kind of waist. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
this one kind of looks like a re-release, but the Trunks does it. I'm not actually exactly sure, but I definitely would have liked if they went with the soft goods cape like they did with the Daima
Yeah.
Piccolo. I
Yeah.
feel like that Daima Piccolo's cape was spot on, where you had the hard plastic on the top and then the soft good on the back. Because I have this Piccolo, and there's just a lot of issues because it's segmented in three parts. It's hard to pose. It doesn't look right because some are overlapping and jutting out. And on top of that,
Yeah.
because it's white and sometimes it hits the back of the pants, sometimes the purple, because purple's such a dark color, it can kind of nick the white
The
of the
scuff.
cape,
Yeah.
and then it kind of paint transfers. And so
Yeah.
when it's soft goods, you have no issues with that. Something else I've been thinking about too when I just saw these three figures, it's like, man, Dragon Ball Z must make SH Figure Arts so much money because I feel like, we're getting to the point where Dragon Ball Z has almost done every single character, even minuscule side character, multiple versions of every character that they're just now releasing. When there's like I feel like so many other, either popular shonens that they could do. Like think about like I just maybe I'm just a Naruto fan, but like just anything like Naruto. What like I feel like there's so many other figures that they could do, but Dragon Ball Z just makes the money, I guess.
We still need a Yajirobe.
I know. See, that's what I'm saying. What the heck is going on, dude? That's essential there.
Yeah, this just they said re-releases, so I don't know if they're like full on re-releases or maybe like new paint apps or something like that.
I bet they are. I bet they are.
Something like that. But get yourself a second chance at some of these figures if you want. Next up, SH Figure Arts dropping some Wicked figures. Dude, I didn't know I needed a Wicked figures. I actually don't. But we got what's their name? Alphabet Soup or something here. Coming in here with the cool hat. You get the Necronomicon here that she has. I love how they did this. Instead of doing a soft goods robe or whatever, they just did it a molded piece of plastic for her broom.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and especially that shot is iconic. I think when how they sculpted that, it looks exactly like I seen from the still image from the movie. And this Alphaba figure, if you are a fan of Wicked, great. But I think it just works phenomenally as just a regular witch figure. Like
True.
I want to get this just as a witch figure when it's time for my Halloween display. I've like been slowly amassing holiday figures throughout different companies, and I want to eventually, like, how when people have like, oh honey, go upstairs to the attic and get the Christmas decorations.
Right, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
I want to have a box of figures for every holiday, right? And I have some Easter ones. I have from Fortnite. I have
Right.
Christmas ones from the Four Horsemen. And now to get this, I feel like for my Halloween shelf, just perfect witch.
It is a very, very like classic witch. You are right. I did not think about that. But along with Alphabet Soup, we're also getting the Good
Glenda,
Witch. Yeah,
I think it's Glenda.
Glenda the Good Witch. Yeah, it's Glenda. Yeah, I don't. This looks like plastic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but right?
Yeah, it's definitely hard plastic, and you can definitely see some cuts in there. So I bet there's like a lot of range and movement, like with like it's almost like a flower type thing where the petals kind of open
Oh,
up. And I
okay.
think the dress kind of lends to actually hiding and making the articulation workable and posable. So I'm excited to see how that works out. Hopefully, it works out really well. It looks like it kind of does. Now, with this man, SH Figure Arts has been dropping the ball lately with their face sculpts and also even the hair sculpt, because this is based off of realistic, real life people movie, not no anime. The hair, I feel like needs a little bit more detail. It looks very smooth. It almost looks Barbie-esque, right?
Okay.
And then the face, that ain't no Ariana Grande. I know Ariana Grande looks a little sick lately, but not this sick.
It's because they shot her left side.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah, but there we go. Wicked SH figure arts, dude. It was not on my bingo card.
No, for sure. This is like definitely out of left field. I especially feel like, and I wonder how these will sell, right?
I
Like
was gonna say.
something that I always bring up is kind of the demographics that buy action figures. And majority of it is male dominated and kind of very nerdy males. And I feel like,
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I know you and I know me. I feel like we are not very into musicals or things like that. And so like,
yeah.
I mean, I love me some La La Land, but that's because Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. But so I actually never seen this movie to this day, but we'll see how this sells. Maybe just like the Wicked IP carries, because I
I
think
was
it
gonna
was
say.
so famous that it maybe will transcend action figure collectors and just trends go to like somebody's shelf as like a play person.
I agree. I think the Wicked IP is pulls hard.
Yeah.
Everyone, all the kids were talking about it. But yeah, is there that crossover? I don't know.
And it's hard, especially just because, for us, we're so desensitized to these prices. Like, like if you
Oh
talk to
yeah,
any normal person, it's like 65 bucks. What are you crazy, dude? I'd rather get a steak dinner. For most people would say that. And so, like, yeah, it pulls, but would a normie person buy a $65 figure? That time will tell.
yeah, that's true. All right, let's keep it going here. I'm sure these will show up at Box Lunch or Hot Topic, though. See,
Yeah,
catch them out
for
there.
sure. For sure.
But, all right, let's jump over to Haya. We're getting a Mega Man X, looking really cool, dude. I feel like Haya's crushing it with their Mega Man figures. $64 here, and holy smokes, man, does it look good? The light up feature, not bad.
Oh, I love that light feature, and I think they executed it perfectly. If you are a fan of the Mega Man X interpretation, then this is like spot on. I would just say, like for me, and this is not highest fault. I feel like the Mega Man X sometimes they try to go too realistic, right? And they kind of like ruin the funness of Mega Man. The proportions are they
Yeah,
try to make
yeah.
it elongated and more human esque. But I love light up features. How much does this cost?
64.
Very good price, especially with the light up feature. Because when it comes to Mezco toys, whenever they add even a tiny light up feature, they're like, oh, that's 25-30 bucks extra. And so
15.
yeah, for them to give you look at that beautiful effect piece, like look at that piece, so many different hues of blue. There's even purple, white. That thing looks crazy good. And then to get
Oof.
that light up feature,
Yeah, that's
60 bucks
nice.
is not bad.
All right, let's go ahead and take it around the net now. Remember Boss Fight Studios? They dropped their Hellboy figures. Well,
Yeah.
didn't come with a jacket. It didn't come. It had a couple heads, but that was it. Well, they dropped an accessory pack to kind of make that figure more robust, sweeten the pot, you might say. You're getting this cool like grimacing face with the full horns. This grimacing face with the no shaved down horn or grinded down horns, and you also get the fist, right? The right hand of God here coming in hot, dude. This is cool.
And I love this, and I wish more companies would do this because I feel like fiscally it makes sense to me where they have the figure, like they already have molded, and just making it a more accessible price point for collectors, where if they can drop like 60 bucks on a
Yeah,
figure with kind of no soft goods and limited accessories, and then do the accessory pack on top for kind of the diehard collectors and the crazy collectors that want to drop that money. Because then they're still selling more molds, they're selling more units. I feel like that way. So
oh
I
yeah,
wish more people would do that because this was your one kind of gripe that you had. You were like, man, I wish we had a
yeah,
soft good. And they were like, oh, we can get third party, but now we don't have to. We have one specifically tailored and catered towards
yeah.
this amazing, I think, perfect Hellboy
Yeah.
interpretation.
We kind of gushed over this one, right? Like this is a perfect Mike Mignola interpretation of Hellboy. Like the proportions are spot on to him from the comic book. And yeah, I had that one grab. And this accessory pack is coming in at just $20. So you're getting that
Really?
twenty
For the
dollars
jacket and the
for
heads?
the jacket, the head, and the hand. So
I think that's really fair.
yeah, I agree. Like as soon as I saw it, I pre-ordered because my
Especially
Hellboy has
because
to have this.
yeah, and look at the jacket. Like, let's go back to the jacket picture. You're having a black lining
Oh yeah,
inside, as well as the brown collar piece. I bet they use a different fabric with that. It's got buttons, it's got little pockets. Like there's a lot of detail going on in this jacket.
Yeah, I agree, and it looks like it's wired because we're getting this little flow here. It's sticking out a bit. I love it.
One thing though, I maybe have one little gripe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like
The
I don't
color.
know. Do you feel like yeah? You see, you got you. We're always in sync. We're always in sync. Yeah, I feel like the color's a tinge off. I feel like there's something up with it, and I feel like it's not too late to change it. So that's why it's important to speak up and say these things. But the color does look off. What about you?
When I looked at it, yeah, like especially here with the gray, but I think it's the gray that's lightening it up.
Right?
If that makes sense, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But I do like from my like if I'm like thinking just like off the cuff, my memories, I do see it darker. But I
Me
haven't
too.
read these in a while. Like it's like maybe two shades darker. It's this tan, right? It's a tan, it's a brown, but not this light of
This
white.
not this white. Yeah, this is more of like not even a tan. This is more of a beige. You know what I'm
And
saying? So I feel like it should be a tan, not a beige.
and if I'm pulling up like Hellboy covers right now, it's like maybe one shade darker
Yeah.
on the
And yeah, I
covers.
think it could be a little bit of that gray factor, but I do think the
Yeah,
color is a little off.
because we look here, this still is looking light, right? It's almost looking grayish.
It's looking
The
grayish, which
the
is not good either.
So if we could get this just a little bit browner, boss fight, just a
Yeah.
little tanner,
I
I
think that's
would.
the only
I
complaint.
think that would
Yeah.
be perfect, right? Because this color is fine. It's just too far of a jump, right? Get this closer to this.
Yeah.
All right, and that's going to go ahead and wrap it up this week. Let's go ahead and talk about our pick of the week. What are you thinking, Josh? What is your pick here? We had a lot of fun
That's
stuff.
right. Dude, we had a lot of great stuff. And honestly, what's crazy, I feel like Black's already showed up, man. I feel like, looking at the comparison to Marvel Legends, I feel like Marvel Legends is kind of getting into a lull. Maybe just because there's not that many MCU movies that I'm excited for. And maybe I feel like also too, I feel like everybody I feel like has kind of got their definitive superhero teams by now. Like your classic teams, you got them. And so now we're getting these like really weird, wacky Spider-Man characters. Whereas like Star Wars, I feel like those were some like figures that I needed and wanted. You know what I'm saying?
I think so too. I think Star Wars definitely and the extra plastic. I'm very much enjoying
Yeah,
because I'm already gonna be dropping a lot of money. Like, give me some more plastic. I understand it doesn't
absolutely.
cost much, but whatever. I don't
Yeah, I gotta go with, and it's hard because I love me Rebels. I love me Rebels,
know.
flawless figure, Quinlan Voss Clone Wars figure,
Yeah,
and what was the other one? Oh, the Count
Dooku,
Dooku. I feel
Mr.
like
Dooku.
I could go with any of those, but I think I'll go with I'm a sucker for Sith. I'm a sucker for SMG. I'll go with Seven Sister.
Now you have Kanan, right? Played by Freddie Prinze,
Yeah,
and now
dude.
you got SMG. We got Sarah Michelle. It's got the best couple in Hollywood. Nice, yeah, that's a good one, man. I'm gonna give it to the accessory set. The boss fight. I don't even have that figure, right? But
Yeah,
man, that just completes it. With that, you're looking at an $80 figure for an $80 Hellboy figure, man. Like perfect. So yeah, I'll give it to the accessory set. Friends, let us know down below what your pick of the week is. What are you excited for? What's coming out? I know this stuff probably won't show up for another 2 years, but who cares? We're here to talk toys. We're here to talk and get excited about things that are coming out. We love that. But let us know down below in the comments what you're excited for. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing. May the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.